Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dawson, or the Carolama, and today I'm here with my co-host Justin, aka Psycho Cinda. Say hello.
What's going on, guys?
Is that it? That's just it. I thought you were gonna do your entire intro.
No, my
um,
intro is salutations, everybody, or salutations, fellow Pokemon trainers. Either
well,
way,
you don't even know your own intro, huh?
I say different things sometimes.
All right. Anyway, today's video is about these cute little guys right here, their evolution. So, what we want to see, or what we could see in the future for these guys. Now, this title of this video, no clue what it is, could be clickbaity, probably is going to be clickbaity, but me myself, I have been a Pokemon fan for years. And I love when artists out there in whatever DeviantArt, Tumblr world make amazing creations of what they want to see in the future games. And today we have a few of those here, but first off, what made me want to start this video or make this video is this set of three pictures right here. Now, Justin has voiced his opinions to me about these guys, and I'm going to let him voice his opinions in just a second, but these three right here, as you can see on your screen, these made me want to do this video. I already had I want to do this video before, but now I really want to do it, and that's why we're recording it. So, Justin, what do you think about these guys without completely trashing them?
I think the Rowlet evolution is cool. I like the Bowwing, but I do not care for the Litten or Popplio evolutions.
Mm-hmm.
Without trashing them, those are my words.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. Now, I love this Rowlet evolution. This would definitely be a final evolution, because I don't know where else you can go with that Linton evolution. Um, I love the Rowlet. I think the Rowlet, if they came out and said that was going to be the evolution for it, I would be totally okay with it. It looks sneaky, looks suspicious. I told Justin before recording this video that it's like a Robin Hood esque Pokemon, which I
Hmm.
love.
Literal
The fight,
Robin
yeah,
Hood.
it's an owl.
I mean, still, I'm
Um,
just meaning a bird, but
and
okay.
I love the bow and arrow, and you can totally tell this is based off of like a 12th century archer. I don't know what to really call it. Robin Hood. That's literally what it looks like. It's based off of. Now with the Linton evolution, I can see where people don't want to see this. It's another fighting type. I understand that. And some people don't like when Pokemon go bipedal, especially when they're this humanoid. There's Pokemon we already have like that, like Machamp and Machoke and all those kind of guys. They're already bipedal, Gardevoir, Lopunny. They're already very humanoid, and this is just another one of those that people don't like. But what I do like about this is it's like a Mexican wrestler. When I first saw this, I went to two things. One, I went to Wildcat from DC Comics, and two, I went to Wrath from Ben 10. And just both of those are like luchador wrestlers, and that's what this guy reminds me of. He reminds me of a wrestler, and he even has the Flame wrestling belt. And then third, last but not least, definitely is Poplio. And the reason I like this one, what did you just do?
I right clicked instead of. Never mind. Anyways, it's fine.
The reason I like this one is it's a mermaid. Instead of going the circus route that everybody thinks we're going to go, this one's a mermaid, which is super cool. And Justin pointed out to me, I said there's no feminine starters. We have two. We have Delphox and we have Meganium. They're very feminine. But this one is so feminine. I love it. We start with what looks to be like a male, but we can assume it's like a guppy, and then it evolves into this beautiful, elegant mermaid starter that I would love to have on my team. I think it's
See,
fantastic.
my one thing with this is starters have a 7/8 chance of being male and 1/8 of being female. So you can't. You're gonna have 7 out of 8 like Poplios running around looking like this, and I just can't get down with it.
Gardevoir can be male.
And I still don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. It's fine. But what I do like about this is it's out of the box. These three are actual out of the box starters. And they're not what we fully expected. When we think of A Rowlet we think is going to be an old wise owl. When we think of Litten, it's just going to be another tiger fire cat or just another fire cat tiger thing. And then we look at Poplio, which is going to be another seal. In our heads, that's what they're going to be. With these three, they're so out of the box, and I love it. I love who this artist is, though I don't agree with every single design choice of these. I love how out of the box these are. Because the next ones we're going to show, they're all super similar. This one's actually out of the box, and I love it for that.
True.
Next up, we have, well, we're going to do Rowlet's stuff. So
just
here's a
more on an
close-up
individual
image.
basis.
So we're going to do Rowlets, then we're going to go to Littens, and we're going to go to Poplios, just in the order of how we're going to pick how you would pick your starters.
Mm.
This is just a close-up image of the Rowlet evolution, which I love again. This one's definitely the best out of the three.
Definitely.
I also love how it has little glasses underneath its hood, little goggles, whatever it is. Just absolutely love it. And they've already shown that Rowlet is going to be shooting its feathers out.
Yeah, with
They've
the
already
new move
shown
from
that.
Leafage.
He's literally made arrows out of his wings or out of his feathers.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This literally is the perfect evolution for Rowlet. Perfect. And then next up we have the evolution for Litten. Well, not Litten. We're going in order. I just said that. Justin, go ahead. What do you think about this one?
This one is pretty different, turning Rowlet. Look at this doofy little Rowlet bit drew. And turning him into a griffin of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool. Not what I would picture, because a griffin is not necessarily an owl. It's more like an eagle or a falcon mixed with like
A lion.
A lion. So that's kind of not what I would picture. But it's still a cool design. But it doesn't... This Final Evolution does not look like it comes from like the middle evolution. Not very much at all. Like I can see the similarities between them, of course, because of the same artist. But how do you just go from this to this massive thing?
I mean, it's like saying, how do you go from Quilladin to Chestnut?
True.
It's such a rapid, like, what the fuck just happened? Or even just regular, not Marsh Stomp. I was Swampert or regular Swampert to Mega Swampert. It's like he's already big and bulky, but what the fuck just happened?
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that, yeah. But one thing that I do want to say is when we first saw Rowlet, I automatically thought, oh, he's going to be just an owl. And he is an owl. He's just going to be, he's going to evolve into an owl. But I texted Justin, what if he turns into a griffin? Which I like. Because in the past, when me and Justin talk about what we want to see, like we want to see more mythical Pokemon, more in Norse mythology, those kind of things, or whatever. Greek, Norse, just cryptozoology, creatures like that. We've said before we want griffins. We want like Mega Rapidash to turn into a
Pegasus.
Like that's something that would be really dope. When I saw this, I was like, yeah, is it the best art? No, it doesn't look like a Pokemon because it's a different art style, but I love the potential behind it. It has the potential of being a really cool starter. And to go from an owl to a freaking bipedal, or not bipedal, to
Quadruped.
a quadruped griffin would be amazing. It looks really dope. And I love the idea of that, to do something unexpected. Like we could have this giant wise owl that everybody's thinking about, or there's a dapper owl. What if they go dapper, that's a beast. That would be really cool, especially since Rowlet is just such a derpy looking Pokemon. Mm-hmm. To go from that to that would be a 180 change. Okay, so do you have any final thoughts? No?
Oh,
okay. Cool.
I mean, I could get down with it if it's time to go this route, but it's not the route I would personally take. So next up is this.
Again, you go your first thoughts.
Well, this is definitely going along with the more lines of the wise old owl. You can see they try to make like a feather beard going down, which is kind of cool. I don't understand like the gas or whatever is coming around from like its ankle.
It's like a sand owl, a burrowing owl.
Oh, okay.
So that's like sand.
Okay, that makes sense. This is definitely, we got those like quote unquote leaks that the Star Revolution had something to do with like ground, and this would definitely be going down like ground routes,
Mm-hmm.
but I could still see it being just the grass flying with like a ground attribute to it,
Mm-hmm.
but not necessarily being like a ground typing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
what do you think?
I can definitely see Rowlet being a ground type, especially since you see all those cute, adorable videos on YouTube of owls kind of coming out of the sand, and they're little, like burrowed in their little holes with little underground nests, and they come out and they're like they're the sand's just kind of falling off their feathers, and they're all cute and adorable. And I can totally see Rowlet doing those things, and seeing a bird ground type. You know, it's totally opposite. You're a bird, you're thinking, oh, it's going to be always in the air, but then you have the contrast of being in the ground. No, I don't think they'd go from dual typing to a different dual typing.
Hmm.
I feel like it's going to probably stay grass flying. But if it did change, I wouldn't be mad if it changed to grass ground, which definitely this one depicts. Design wise, I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think it's just it's a good design. It's a well thought out design. It does have that wise owl look to it with, like you said, the feather beard. I love the beak on it. The beak is really cool.
Hmm.
Um, but other than that, it's a very clean and crisp design that I enjoy. I think it's cool, but I don't want to see it for the Final Evolution. This is one that I don't want this one to be Final
Like
Evolution.
there's details that you like about it, but there's nothing. It's not something you like the overall.
Yeah, overall the design doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel incomplete. It just overall when I think of Rowlet's design, if I saw this, I would be disappointed in it.
Hmm. So next up we have this.
Okay, I think this might be the final one out of Rowlet's, but I'm not
Might be,
100% sure.
but I'm not sure.
Um, your first thoughts, go.
It's definitely sticking with that dapper theme, by
Hmm.
giving him like a mask and then a bigger mask and a hat with a feather in it. It's definitely the ringleader of sorts if we're sticking with the circus theme or what we speculate to be a circus theme. Not what
I think
I
it's a performer theme
yeah,
is what they're going with because we have the circus line that jumps through the hoops. We have kind of
the
like the
circus
dapper.
seal
We have the
and
circus
then
seal. Then we have the dapper ringmaster.
yeah. So I mean that's pretty much the circus, but not 100% what I want to see, but it's not a terrible design, I guess. I don't
Hmm.
know.
Final design I don't like. I don't like the third evolution to this. Nothing against the artist. It's not like it's bad art. But I don't feel like it fits with Rowlet as a thing. It's also one of those that's too humanoid.
Hmm.
Um, to go from a bird to a human bird, it doesn't look right. I really like the mid evolution because it still sticks with Rowlet's design, but just makes it look like a teenager. It's actually growing up, it's evolving, which, in my opinion, a lot of people don't understand that. When people look at middle evolutions, they think that sucks. Like when they look at Quilladin, like that sucks. It's dumb. Like it's just a bad design. Or even like Delphox.
Hmm.
People just think that they're just bad designs, but really, when you're in your middle evolution, when you're a teenager, you're awkward. It's the awkward stage. You're supposed to look kind of doofy looking.
Or your edgy liquid
Or you're edgy like Quilava, which is also doofy. I mean, they're supposed to be doofy looking characters. I mean, you look at Quilava, he looks like that teenager that's supposed to be in a punk band. They grow out of it and become a businessman. Like the
businessman
mid of
evolution.
like the purpose of the middle evolution. I'm a fan of the middle evolution. A lot of my favorite Pokemon are middle evolutions,
Hmm.
and the purpose of the middle evolution is to still keep that cute but make it seem like it's going someplace. But it's still doofy, it's still cute, but that's my opinion. I think the middle evolution's good, but the final evolution, it's too far off base for me.
So next up, we have one more.
We have one more. What's your thoughts?
Um, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a middle or final evolution.
Oh, this would be a middle one, I believe. I
Yeah.
think so. I think it would be. It's still kind of has that pudginess to it.
I kind of like how he has the staff, but at the same time, I don't think he really needs it. There's not really much going on with this one. It kind of looks like a natural progression of Rowlet,
Yeah,
so it fits. It looks kind of cool.
yeah. I agree with you. He doesn't need to stick. I love his little feather cards looking things, whatever
Hmm.
they are, the little feathers he has in his hand. Um, I don't know where the staff would come in unless they're going to do the wise owl and he's just going to get a bigger staff or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, but I like the design. It still has that pudginess to it. It feels a lot like Prinplup.
Oh, true.
Um, and how he kind of is a little bit doofy, but he still has that prince feel to him. He's still evolving. He's still trying to become the Emperor Penguin. So I do like this one, and that's why I chose it. I think it still fits that really doofy, pudgy looking Rowlet, but it's still evolving and it's becoming more of the Emperor Penguin
Hmm.
or the wise old owl, whatever it's going to be, or the Ringmaster.
So next up, as long as you get your final thoughts out, do you?
Oh yeah, yeah, I got my
Okay, so
thoughts out.
next up we have more.
More.
I don't care for
There's lots of
these.
Rowlet. Yeah, those are Justin's opinion. He doesn't care for them at all.
The middle one just looks sad. The other one has cool aspects to them. Well, I think they're both cool. How it goes from like having the bow tie to like some buttons,
Hmm.
but that is really all I can say about these ones. I don't really care for these ones at all.
And the reason I saved them was really for the torso.
Hmm.
I like that. I do agree. The faces look a little too sad. You look at Rowlet, he looks optimistic. He looks happy. He looks like he just wants to be there, wants to be a part of the group. You look at these guys, and it's like, oh, I got shoved out of the group. Oh man, I'm so sad. And you have to,
Everybody chose Litten.
yeah, but but it's just like I like the bottom half of both of them. I kind of like the grass mustache looking thing, but it also reminds me of like the turkeys that have the weird piece of flap skin on the
Oh
side of their
yeah.
beak, which I don't like that. And plus, I don't know why he has a crescent moon. Um, Pokemon Sun and Moon, I guess. I don't know. But when it comes to bottom half, I like it. I think that the Final Evolution, all Final Evolutions are kind of bigger. They look like they're actually evolved. Even like when you look at Chikorita, when it evolves into Meganium, it still has that big feel to it. It feels full grown.
Hmm.
That one doesn't. It looks like that weird older brother that tries to grow a mustache. Um, but I do like I like from neck down.
Hmm.
The faces are kind of funky. That's why I saved it. And exactly, you hit on the nose. I love the little buttons on there, and I love the little progressions about it.
Hmm. So
Yeah,
next up, do we have
it'd be
Morale?
lit
We
in.
don't. We got Litten.
All right.
Here's back to the Mexican wrestler slash strongman kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Which yeah, he would be the strong man. I didn't think about that. He would be the strong man. Yeah. Which you know,
I don't
I
understand what he's spitting right here though. He's like spitting like,
no. You know how they said that Linton has that stuff that they coat their fur with,
oh, the oils.
and that's how they combust. I think that's what it is.
Oh.
Um, I like this design. I do. I can totally see this in some other anime, and I could see this in the Pokemon universe. I could see it, but I can also agree with a lot of people, or with Justin, or what we think a lot of people would say. It's not what we expected, and probably not what a lot of people want.
Yeah, like this is our seventh fire starter, and if this was the final evolution, that'd be 4 out of 7 that are firefighting,
Hmm.
and that'd be kind of sucky. I think their best bet would just make Litten just pure fire because we only have one pure fire starter, with being Typhlosion. Every other one there we have fire flying, fire fighting, and fire psychic. So
When you look at, go ahead.
I think if they're going to do anything, I would like it to say dual typed or not dual typed, single typed. But if they want to make it dual typed, it would have to be fire and dark.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say. Um, I don't think Linton is gonna be pure fire. I don't. I don't know when there's gonna be another just pure fire type
Hmm.
because Linton is obviously just if we're going off like just the color of it, it's fire dark.
Yeah.
And usually when you look at a Pokemon, the way it's designed is correlated with what type it is.
Hmm.
And obviously, Litten has the very large potential to be dark, fire dark.
Hmm.
But I do like this design, but I wants it. Uh, that's the next up.
So next up we have this, which is a nice middle evolution. It's it has an awkward teenage vibe to it, like the hair growing out of his ears and like
Looks like
the little tuft of
looks like
hair on
Finnegan.
top. Yeah. I mean, I like parts of this. Like I like the fire coming from like his yeah, his
Whiskers.
extremely thick whiskers. Like I like parts of this. It looks like a natural progression of Litten, which does make sense, but there's something about like the tuft of hair coming out the ears and the tuft of hair on top. I don't care. I don't care about. Care for.
With me and you both chose this one. Me and Justin went onto DeviantArt and we chose a few of each of them, and we both chose this one for good reason. Has a great artist, and it's a good natural progression, not production, progression to it. It feels like it's the middle evolution. When you look at it, it doesn't feel like the cute starter. It doesn't feel like the final evolution. It feels like a middle evolution when you just look at it. Now there are things that I'm not too fond of, but those things are very minor. Like they're trying to add like the gray kind of tough into it, which
Like
I'm
I like the
not
great
a
tuft on
huge
the
fan of.
chest, but not on the face.
I feel like the tuft on the chest thing should be just red,
Yeah.
and its feet could be just red too, but that's fine. And also, if you notice on its legs, you can see like, the tiger stripes coming in
hmm
because they're becoming more connected, which I like. I do like the little tuft on its head. I don't really care for the stuff coming out of his ears, but I do like the little tuft on his head, little hairs, and the fire on it. It's okay too. But overall, I enjoy this design. That's why we both picked it,
hmm
and it's a solid design. Next up,
We have this. What would be its final evolution,
which
which
is
looks
done by
pretty
the same
cool.
artist.
Yeah. I like the whole. A lot of times in circus, tigers are known for jumping through rings of fire. So I like that
It's
it has the ring of fire to it.
it's usually lions,
Either way.
because I think tigers are a little bit too endangered nowadays to jump through fire flames.
Okay, I'm talking about like 1940s circuses where they weren't caring about endangered species.
Oh, they don't. They still don't really.
Yeah, but now there's laws in place and stuff. But
Now there's safety and shit. God damn it.
back in the day, there wasn't even
Anyway,
any
go
safety
ahead.
nets when you're on like the tight wires,
Well, kind
tight
of. You had to
ropes.
catch yourself.
So, what do
I
you think of this, Dustin?
like it. It has that Ring of Fire vibe. It to me, it's not tiger. It's saber tooth tiger.
Yeah.
It feels very prehistoric. When you look at Litten, you obviously see like a tiger cub, which I think is what they're going for because they kind of follow the same Chinese thing that they've been doing with the Chinese. What's it called?
Zodiac.
The Chinese zodiac symbols. Then the tiger is would be the next up. If they're going to follow that, then the tiger wouldn't be next up. But the only cat really on there is the tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Justin are both tigers, which is pretty cool.
All right.
Um, um, I like this design. It's solid. Like I said, it's not tiger. It's more saber tooth tiger.
I
Uh,
choose it to be
but
honest. If this was
I
final, I'm already Team
don't.
Lydon,
But I don't
but
hate
I
it.
would choose it.
I'm already Team Rowlet, and he's fat, so that's cool.
So next up,
So next up,
we got this.
now this is what Justin chose, and I'm gonna let him talk about this first because this is one that I know he chose because I didn't see it.
This is by the dude that did one of the Rowlet ones. I don't know really why I chose this one. I just think it. There's just parts of it that I like. Like I like how the Middle Evolution has the flame mohawk, reminiscing of like Quilava. Um, I I guess I like the fire stripe going down his back. Looks pretty cool. And then the last one just looks ferocious. It does have that saber tooth vibe to it. Those
It is a
gold
saber tooth
teeth.
tiger.
It is a saber tooth. But to me, that just seems like a natural progression. If you're trying to get like a cool, badass final evolution for a tiger, that just
hmm
seems like a natural step to take. Just make a saber tooth, which is the cool
hmm
and most badass tiger of them all. Um,
I don't know about that. I think Wrath from Ben 10's a pretty cool tiger.
but there's just things I like on it. There's just parts that like remind me of, like I said, the Quilava for the Flame Mohawk, and then the flame shooting out the back of the Final Evolution reminds me of Typhlosion, because that's his entire thing. That's the only flat fire he has is coming out his back, and this does become the fire ground type, which makes sense, I guess, for a Sabretooth. I don't know.
Because they're prehistoric. They're found on the ground.
Yeah,
They're fossils.
yeah. But there's also parts I don't particularly care for. Like the Foundation has those. It completely goes away from how like the stripes that Litton is trying to achieve, and just has weird splotches of yellow or orangish color.
They have some stripes right there between the fire.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
they're
I
really
can
few and far
agree.
between.
Hmm.
But that's pretty much my thoughts.
Um, I'm gonna preface this by saying I do not hate this design. So everything I'm about to say, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that there's a few parts of it that they take. Basically, what I'm trying to say, there's a few parts about it that I don't like, and it kind of takes away from the things I liked about Lint in the first place. One thing, the stripes. Another thing is I don't actually like the fire mohawk thing. And let me tell you why. I thought it was really cool seeing his hair pop up
Hmm.
and seeing like a regular like the black cat from Halloween. You see with the hair standing on the back of its back. I like that, and for them to go from a really cool design aspect like that than just going to cheap fire, like it seems like it's too obvious, and it's like it's not to me. That's just lazy because it looked really really cool when his hair pops up, and it kind of has that flame vibe to it. It was kind of moving like flames; they would go up and down. It just looked
Hmm.
cool, and to just go straight into flames, I don't like that. And then the other thing I don't like is with the final evolution, his mane is literally Pyroar's,
Hmm.
just put down.
Yeah, it's like
The
bad kind of
exact
hair
same
gel.
colors. Yeah, it just looks slick back. But like I said, I don't hate these
Actually, it kind of
designs.
follows the whole Leo and Pyro thing because Leo has a little fire mohawk.
Yeah,
So
it's very heavily based off of them,
yeah,
or at
more
least they.
ferocious.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate these designs, but for Litten, please no.
Hmm. So next up, we got this design that you chose.
Yeah.
I think it's cool-ish. I like that it's incorporating more red into it, but
Hmm.
also seems to kind of be foregoing the natural kind of tiger stripes that
Hmm.
Lytton was trying to achieve with its few and far between ones. But I can see this being a nice little evolution. It's got that cool teen vibe to it. A cool
Hmm.
edgy teen that sits at Hot Topic.
Mom, you need to drive me to Spencer's.
What's your thoughts since you chose this?
I chose it for the simple fact of it looks like a Litten mid evolution, but I 100% agree with Justin. It completely negates the tiger. It takes out of the equation.
Like
There's
it's
nothing tiger
obviously
about this.
feline, but it's
Oh yeah,
not tiger feline.
it's not a tiger. Which, when I look at Litten, I want a tiger. I want a tiger out of it. If it's gonna follow the Chinese zodiac, tiger is what Litten fits, and it takes it out. Now, with its final evolution, could it become a tiger again? Of course it could. It could be the weird teenage-ness of it that makes it look like that, but you know, it's fine. It's a fine thing, fine art design, but I chose it just because it's really well done, uh, but it's not really what I want.
Hmm. So
But it's still cool.
next
But
up.
one thing I do want to point
Okay.
out that I just noticed, if you look at it, look at its neck where the black is. Those are Litten's stripes.
Oh, that's from his head.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, they're right there, but they're black. They kind of invert the colors.
Hmm.
Just wanted to point that out.
So next up, we got this.
Which again, I'll let you start out doing because you were my guest.
Well, I don't like it. Literally, the second evolution is Litten but bigger. And the final evolution, I don't know, he's too pointy for my taste.
Hmm.
He got too many sharp edges. He could poke somebody's eyes out.
For me, I like this. When I look at it, it has that natural projection. God, it has that natural progression to it. The middle evolution is exactly what I want out of it. Just a bigger Litten, looks a little bit more older, maybe adds a little bit more fur. The one thing I don't like about it, and I think that really throws this off, is the white in it.
Mm-hmm.
It really throws it off because tigers they do have white in it, of course they do, but for this design, I think they should stick with the black and red color scheme. But when it comes to getting the fire on the tail, I do like the fire on the tail, and usually, I like with Charmander, it's fine. He's a fire lizard. It was simpler times.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually like this. I think it's cool. When it comes to the shinies, which I love shinies, I also like the shinies. I think me and Justin talked about this before. Though I just said I don't want white in it, to have a an albino tiger or just a white tiger as a shiny would be really cool. Snow tiger, whatever they're called.
One thing I saw, somebody took like Lynn's colors and like reversed it so it was like mostly red with parts of black, and like said like that would be a cool shiny form, and when I saw it, I thought it looked kind of cool. I
Hmm.
just forgot about it until now, but I thought just like looking at it, just thinking about Litten, it would look kind of cool to have its color like inverted,
Hmm.
but yeah,
But I agree with you what you said about this. It's not crazy, and you got like Litten, Flit,
Feelite,
Feelite,
Temper.
Temper, which those are kind of cool names. But I agree with you. There's some parts about this that need to change, but overall for me, it's a pretty cool design.
Hmm. So next up we have this
Oh,
evolution for Poplio.
now we already voiced our opinions in the beginning. I like it because it's feminine and it also has that mermaid vibe, which I like.
And I don't like it because it's feminine. Who says all mermaids have to be feminine? Like, look at Aquaman.
He-
He's a merman.
He's the king of Atlantis. I mean, you can look at Poseidon, but he's not really a mermaid.
Look at Neptune from SpongeBob. He's masculine than F.
That really doesn't prove a point.
I'm just saying that mermaids don't have to be female. Anyways,
I mean, when you look at Milotic is supposed to be the mermaid of whatever that is, and Milotic looks nothing like a mermaid.
yeah.
It's just a serpent.
Hmm.
But
So
anyway,
we got this thing.
yeah. Which, go ahead.
It's a beach ball, and it's got some kind of growth on its head, and it's got another nose on top of that. It's an odd design. It is kind of cute, but it's just odd. It's an oddball. No pun intended.
You intended that pun.
Yes, I did.
When it comes to this one, I told Justin, am I a fan of it? Not really, but this is 110% what Game Freak would do to this Pokemon. Like when I look at it, I can already see it in game. Um, Poplio, I don't hate the Pokemon because I just I really have no feeling to it. It's just there. Um, but I feel like this is the definition of awkward middle stage.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is what they're going to do with Poplio.
So,
Feel like they're going to do the Quilladin route.
I mean, we've a lot of people have already speculated that he would be like the tanky one, the big bulky one, which makes sense for it. But I don't want it to be a ball and be a tanky ball. That's just weird. And then next up we have this, which this is one of the better designs I've seen for a evolution for Poplio. I kind of like the tux shirt kind of thing and the frill around his neck. But the one thing I don't like about it is the balls on the end of its tail. Well, that's pretty much it. I like the design pretty well. It's pretty well done.
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say about this one because I don't like it at all.
Mm.
I just don't. I don't like the tux. I don't like the little frill thing. The frill looks like a piece of lettuce, which when you look at Poplio's, it's more of a collar. That just looks like a piece of lettuce. That's blue. I'm sorry. I'm glad you like it, but I can't really find anything good about it.
I
It's
mean,
just
a lot of the Poplio designs are illusions. People like there were some kind of good ones out there, but there weren't many that were like great.
Oh
So
no, Poplio has the least amount of good designs
yeah,
because he's just we don't know where he's like. When you look at him, you're like, oh, he's a circus seal. But it's like, where the fuck did we go with that? Like
yeah.
it's like there's no imagination to it. They all look the same. They all look awkward. They all look way too over designed to make them look cool. It's just yeah. That's all I have to say.
Mhm. So next up we have this one, which I honestly think that this fits an evolution for the Final Evolution one for this better, mainly because of the whole Tux vibe to it.
Hmm.
I don't like that Middle Evolution one like at all. I think it just looks doofy than Papaleo already does. The Final Evolution one looks kind of cool. I like how they kind of made him into a sort of ringmaster looking dude. But at the same time, that's not really his role. That's Rowlet's role. So, what do you think?
Again,
Don't like it at all?
I don't like it really. Um, I don't like the tux because I'm one of those people that also agree Pokemon don't need to really wear clothes like that. Like you have Jinx and Machamp and all those guys that wear clothes.
I mean, do you want to see a
And
champ without underwear?
it's it's called its other two evolutions. I mean, they look there. It doesn't like Jinx without its dress. I couldn't see.
No.
I don't want to see. But with this, I just don't care for it. I feel like it's not lazy. It's not lazily designed. It's not a bad design. Like I'm sure this person put a lot of time and effort into it. But for me, it's totally not in the cards, and I don't really like it.
Hmm. So let's see. Next up, we have
Anything
this
else? Oh, we
is
have
collection of these three.
yeah.
I thought it'd be cool to just keep them all together because I've seen the image floating around the internet, and they've always been together. And I think these are some of the best designed ones. Like that Final Edition for Populio, it has the effeminate vibe to it while not being completely like this is 100% a female. I think the Litten evolution looks badass as hell. He has the stripes from his childhood days on his back now, and the Rowlet one, though it's not the best one Rowlet design I've seen, I still think it makes sense. What do you think
Hmm.
of these three?
I think the Rowlet and the Popplio are way too over designed. They're too much. But I do like the Litten one. Like that. Like I do like the Litten one. I think the Litten one's pretty cool. One thing I don't really care for is it looks like his saber teeth, his two saber teeth, it broke off and he attached them to his arms and now they shoot flames.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that really. Like I noticed the flames going around him, but I didn't really look at to see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I don't really care for that, but as an overall design, it's cool. And we said before the white on it looks weird. The white on this one looks a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Looks a lot more
Um,
natural to the design.
yeah, it doesn't look like they're just like putting blotches of white on it. Um, but for the other two, Poplio, like, I personally, I have no clue where Poplio can go, even though he looks the most obvious one where it could go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, every popular design I see, I just don't like because none of them like until I see the final. Like, I think the only one I'm gonna accept is when Game Freak shows off his evolutions
Mm-hmm.
because the rest of them are weird. And then the Rowlet one looks over designed. He looks like a butler now, which is kind of weird. And but I do like the lit one. The lit one's pretty cool. But one thing I do want to do before we end off the video because I'm pretty sure there's no go. Is there any other ones?
Nope.
All right, go back to the Linton design that we didn't really like. When it had its shinies. All right, tell me the shiny Linton does not look like Zebstrika.
That's pretty close to what it is. Yeah,
It's a
except
Zebstrika.
the Zerka doesn't have blue on it like that, or at all. But yeah, it's pretty close to what it is with the black and white
Yeah.
and electric.
Well, he has the blue ears.
It's a
Zebstrika.
little bit of tint, but eh.
Yeah, he is. I'm looking at Zebstrika right now.
Right now,
Zebstrika. And now I'm at Teenage Tigers. Uh-oh.
um,
I was looking up Teenage Tigers to see if they looked any different. Zeb Strika. This is very cool. Yeah, it has blue ears, and then its lightning is blue. So I mean, hey, but it does remind me of Zeb Strika. When I saw it, I was like, I see what you did there. But go back to the final image, and then I'll take us out. So, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I do want to say to all the artists out there, I'm going to give you your credit where credit's due in the description. I'm probably not going to link every picture, but your name is definitely going to be in the description. So if you want to check out any of these artists, just look in the description, check out their names. They're all on DeviantArt, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. If you want to be cool, then make sure to drop a like. But if you want to be awesome, then make sure to subscribe. Until next video, guys, we'll see you later.
See ya.
Peace.